many books have you read so far this year?
So far this year, I've read 84 books, which is a lot in my opinion. And everything's relative. Some people read more, some people read less. But yeah, 84 so far, hoping to squeeze in a couple more.
Okay, first of all, round of applause. 84, that is impressive. That is impressive. How do you read that many books, or how do you consume that many books?
Yeah, I have a few habits that I think could help people if they want to read more. So the first one is I do have a routine where I read before bed usually, and then I read on the weekends for a couple of hours. So some people maybe read in the mornings throughout the day. I am just before bed for sure. I will get in at least 20 minutes of reading, if not more. The other thing that I think really helps me that I, even to this day, have to catch myself on is not finishing books I'm not enjoying. So on Book Talk, we call this DNFing, like you didn't finish. Yeah. And it feels scary to do, but I think the reality of the situation is you don't usually read a book anyway if you don't like it. So it's just kind of sitting there and you're not reading anyway. So tell yourself you're going to get back to it if you need to, but not dragging on books you're not enjoying is a big one for me. And another thing that I like to do is my library holds, like max, is always maxed out. I love to get books from the library on my e-reader or on audiobook. And then I feel like I can sample them a little bit before I commit. So maybe I'll try out like 3 ebooks or 3 ebooks. I said ebooks already, 3 audiobooks.
Yeah.
And if I don't like them, I can just return them. And it's not like I bought the book and I feel like I have to finish it. So those are a few things that I do to read this much.
That's great. And that did not finish, do not finish. That resonates with me because I'll pick up a book and I'll just be like, I must finish this. And then I'm like, oh, what's going on? Oh shoot, I'm not reading this, right?
It's probably something from school where we felt like we had to finish things, but you can do whatever you want. Yeah. It's your decision.
You can be an adult. Yeah. Okay, so out of those books that you've read, I know that's a lot of them, 3 favorites.
Yes, this was such a challenge because I actually keep a list of my favorites of the year, which right now is 18. So narrowing that down to 3 was so hard, but I did it for you. I will start, I have a top pick, which if you haven't already seen it, everyone, I'm gonna put it backwards. Yeah. So one of my favorite books of the year, Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This is the year that I discovered that Moreno Garcia is an author that I really like. I wanna read her whole backlog and I wanna read everything that she has coming out in the future. This is about a young woman whose cousin recently got married and she sends her a letter from the home she now lives in with her husband and his extended family, and she's really freaked out. She's seeing weird things. So the young woman goes to investigate what's going on with her cousin, and the thing that she finds out at the root of it is so weird. It's so weird. So that's what I'll say about Mexican Gothic.
Okay.
Another favorite of mine is Ink, Blood, Sister, Scribe by Emma Torres. This is her debut novel. I don't usually read fantasy that's set in like contemporary times. Usually I read fantasy set in other worlds. This is about 2 sisters who are guarding a library of magical books, and their dad is killed by one of these magical books, and then they have to solve a mystery there. So this one was really fun, a big adventure.
Yeah.
And then this one, my top favorite wasn't hard to pick. It's Homegoing by Jessie, which I know you read as well.
I have read,
This is such a beautiful book. I think about it all the time. This is about 2 sisters again, 2 half-sisters from Ghana in the 18th century. And one marries a slave trader and one is kidnapped into slavery. And then the chapters are told from the other generations going forward, their points of view. So 8 generations into the future, ending in the present day US, and it is so educational and so emotional, and you loved it too, right?
I did, and I want to go back and reread it because I have it on my shelf, and every time I see it, I'm like, oh, I love that book, and I need to go back and reread it.
Yeah, really, really love this one. Definitely getting similar vibes between this one and A History of Burning, so yeah.
Molly, it is always a pleasure. I'm going to add each and every one of those to my list, and I can't wait to talk to you again about all the trending titles. Thank you.
Thank you.